Hi everyone, today we have a ballistic test on various weapons and seeing how much foot-pounds it takes to damage certain items. Let me... Alright, this is what we got. We have two coconuts over there. We have a wooden board. It is 3/4 inch thick. It is a medium density fiber board, or MDF. We also have our little gram measurement so you guys can see how much all these weigh. Then we have the pistol crossbow. It is 50-pound draw weight. Not very strong, but I think you could definitely take small game with it. Maybe lethal, depending on if you're lucky or not on anything larger. Then we're talking about the slingshot here. We got some 3/8 inch steel balls. They all weigh 3.46 grams. And we got the foot-pounds and speeds on all of these. On the crossbow, we have about 130 feet per second with the crossbow bolts there. I forget the exact number of the crossbow bolts, but I remember the foot-pounds being around 5 foot-pounds. And it's traveling at about, again, 130 FPS. Then we got the slingshot. The slingshot, tested on my chrono, is firing the steel balls at about 180 to 185 feet per second. And unless we overdraw it, but we're not going to overdraw it today. We're just going to fire it a regular long draw, but not to the point of it snapping. Then we got the sling, good old shepherd sling. Now, anybody who's used that is going to immediately think this is going to bust through. But let me just give the foot-pounds. So with the slingshot, we're getting about 4 foot-pounds with the steel balls. But we also have various ammo types here. So we got some little 54 caliber lead balls for the slingshot. Might use it with the sling, but we'll see. Probably not. And with these, I was getting about 145 feet per second. That's giving us about 11 foot-pounds of energy. Whereas these are going much, much faster, but they're giving us only like less than half the foot-pounds. So we're getting 11 foot-pounds with this. With these, we're only getting about 4.5 tops. Now, we also have a big old rock. Now, I haven't weighed this yet. We're going to do that in just a second. But I'm estimating this to be somewhere at 150 grams. Now, we have this in case we don't get through it with anything else. But I highly doubt that'll be necessary. This is a 130 gram lead ball. I can get 90 foot-pounds of energy with that in my sling, traveling at about 98 miles per hour, or I believe that's 140-ish feet per second. Then we got 1 inch, 66.8 gram steel balls. They are traveling 160 feet per second. As a high, and an average is about 150 feet per second. We're getting around between 45 to 60 foot-pounds, depending on how fast we're throwing. Today, we're going to be aiming for about 150, so that's going to be 150 FPS. That's going to be giving us around 50 to 55 foot-pounds. Then we also got a 30-gram lead ball, a couple of them, and this one I actually tried to make a whistling bullet out of, but I failed. So this is just regular 30-grammer, and we're getting about 30 foot-pounds out of this, traveling at 185 feet per second. Out of the sling, of course. And then we have another 66.8 gram, exactly, lead ball, or right around there. And this is only, I believe, 0.85 caliber. So there's a big difference between steel and lead in size, which makes lead much more efficient. Then if we can't get through it with anything else, we have a, not necessarily a sling bullet, because this isn't really going to penetrate very well, but it's much thinner, and it's more like a bludgeoning flying hammer. It's the same weight as the steel balls on the other lead ball, 66.8 grams. However, this one's diameter is only 0.75 caliber. That is incredible. So, that's what we got here today. So we're going to start off with weighing a couple of these. Let's see here. Only going to weigh a few of them. Let's see if we can get it to stay still. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Well, you'll just have to take my word on that. Don't want to waste y'all's time. Now we got this big old rock. Let's see if I was right. 177 grams. All right. So we can estimate that we're going to be getting at least the 90 foot-pounds out of this. So it's going to be going slower than the lead balls, but at least 90 foot-pounds out of this, but it's a bigger surface area. I think we're getting 100, but I don't know. I don't have my chronograph out here to test that. I'll put that in the description for the tests. All right, let's get this show on the road. I apologize, but I don't have a tripod, so y'all are gonna be sitting in the sand for a couple minutes here. All right, let's see what we can. All right, perfect. All right, let's start with this board. The MDF board. You can see how thick it is in comparison to my fingers. All right. All right, we're gonna start with the mini crossbow. All right. All right. So what we got here is just a nice little hole. Not terribly deep. At the back there's absolutely no damage. None at all. That's about what I expected. All right, now we're gonna move on to the slingshot. This is just the basic $8 Daisy slingshot. Has no wrist brace on it, so my UK viewers can see this as well and want to get one if they like it. Or anyone else for that matter who can't have a wrist brace. All right, now 3/8 inch steel ball. I missed. Yeah, you can't tell? I'm not particularly good at slingshots just yet. Alright, here we go. Ah, I missed again. I'm trying to draw this back really far. There we go. Well, that was dangerous. Alright. I'm not sure, but I think that flew past my head. Alright, so here we have it. Interesting, I hit right next to where the crossbow hit, but we got I'd say it doesn't technically go as deep, but it's more damage. I think that slingshot has a better shot at damaging this. Nothing out the back though, no damage. Okay. Let's try the lead balls. This is giving us about, again, 11 foot-pounds. Missed again. Alright, it's not deformed, so we'll fire that one again. Missed again. Is it deformed? No. Alright. Dang. I'm a worse shot than I thought I was. I need to practice this more, don't I? Alright. One more time. And I missed one more time. This time it's deformed. Hit something hard. Let's grab a different lead ball. Come on, we got this. There we go. It's a glancing hit, but it did some damage. Weirdly enough, it's somewhat deformed. We're gonna do that one more time, just to be sure. We're gonna get close, which I don't like, but okay. I apologize for my terrible shooting. All right, here we have a hit, again, right next to the others. We got one glancing blow here and a solid blow here. On the glancing blow, you can see just how much damage, let me, if I can get it focused, how much damage that did. Now on the solid hit, right there, that's really deep. And look at that, we got a big old crack out the back. So you can see the difference. 11 foot-pounds. So if I was gonna hunt with that slingshot, A, I'd have to be way more accurate than I am right now. I'm crap. But B, I'd use that. This, I believe that the MDF board of 3/4 inch thick is a good representation of human skull. Now, do I have evidence to back that up? Not really, but something tells me I really doubt anybody would really be okay after being hit by something like that. Okay. Now for the sling. We're gonna start off with the steel balls, because the lead balls can be thrown about the same speed as the, well, actually a lot faster than the slingshot. The slingshot's only throwing those lead balls at about, I believe it was 140 feet per second, something like that. It was about 100 miles per hour. Now, I can throw those much faster with the sling, so we already know it would go through. The sling can throw them at about 185 feet per second, which is vastly faster. So we're just going to jump to the main regular typical ammo weight, which is about 66 grams. That's generally accepted as like the medium. If we can't make through it, then we'll move on to something harder. All right. So there you go. We got kind of like it went through some sand before hitting this, and then there was a bunch of sand piled up behind it, and we still got this massive crater, massive out the back. I'm positive I could cause a lot more damage than that if I hit anywhere else. So I'm gonna do that, because all the others were well above the sand. One miss. There we go. But it was a glancing blow. Dramatically more damage than the other lead ball, though. Let's do it one more time. I want a good square hit. Like that. Perfect placement, too. All right. Well, there you go. It was kind of close to this, but I highly doubt that had any effect on this. Look at that hole. That is massive. Sheesh. That is gigantic. You can just see how much more energy there is. So kind of what we expected. So pistol crossbow about 4.5 foot-pounds. Slingshot with the steel balls about 4 foot-pounds. Slingshot with the lead balls, the 15.4 lead balls, about 11. And then with this, about 50 to 55. So, yeah, that's kind of predictable results. Not even gonna bother with the giant rock or the other lead. Now, let's move on to a coconut. My hopes is that I don't get through this, or my hopes are that I get through this without having to use lead, because I want to eat this later. But that may or may not be possible. We'll see. So, how tough is a coconut? Now this was not sighted in before I started the filming, so this thing is terribly inaccurate at this distance. I have it sighted for 20 yards, not 3. All right.
Hey,
How's it going?
what are you doing?
Filming a video actually right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going. All right. Doing a ballistic test if you want to see.
I got Pepper with me. She's scared to go down there.
Ah, I see. All right. The result we got here, it looks like it penetrated, but it didn't. This is just the coconut shell. It didn't even come close. If you look really closely, it's this tiny little hole right here. Just kind of like busted the outside shell, didn't actually crack it, didn't make it in. right. Next up, we got the slingshot. 3/8" steel balls. Let's hope I actually hit and don't die in the process. One miss. Another miss. I'm aware this is probably stupid for me to do without protection of some sort. There we go. All right. There we have it. Got a nice square hit right there. No penetration for sure. These things are surprisingly hard. I didn't expect it to be that small of a damage hit. I'm turning it a bit so we hit a square on a different side. Firing lead ball again. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Alright, that looked like a good hit, but it also may have grazed it. So I'm going to do one more. Alright, that was another grazing hit, sadly. I really don't want to get hit in the forehead from this. Sorry, I have a headache. Alright. How am I still missing? I'm point blank. There we go. Okay. So there we have it. Weirdly enough, the lead, even though it has more energy, didn't want to do this. Didn't want to go in. Probably because it deforms so much that it just doesn't want to punch through something so hard when it doesn't have enough energy. That is highly interesting. Alright. Alright, turned on to another side without any damage. Time for the sling. Again, the steel. 1-inch steel. Got about 50 to 55 foot-pounds of energy. There we go. Well, is that enough damage for you? Look at that. That's incredible. Well, Tastes mighty fine. That is the taste of victory right there. Didn't even have to try to move to anything stronger. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I know that was kind of a long video, but I'm overall pretty happy with it, considering I have to do this solo. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Take that how you will, but I am a fervent believer that coconut is pretty good for representing the skull after seeing those results, even compared to the wood. So, yeah, have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.